Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions card game, we have Ant-Man taking on Claw in Expert mode. So for setup, with Claw, we're using versions 2 and 3, scheme of 1, attack of 1, with a forced interrupt when he attacks, giving 1 additional boost card for this activation. Also, when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Immortal Claw, reveal it, then shuffle the encounter deck, and he starts with 18 health. So the Immortal Claw comes out, gives him plus 10 hit points and an acceleration token. It's going to have 3 threat put on it. Then for our main scheme, Underground Distribution. Like I said, we're using Claw 2 and 3 for Expert mode. We're using the Claw and Standard encounter sets along with Masters of Evil. For setup, search the encounter deck. For the Defense Network side scheme, reveal it. Then shuffle the encounter deck and then advance to Stage 1B. Threshold of 6 here. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until minion's discarded. Put that minion in play, engage with the first player. And the Defense Network is, when revealed, place an additional threat per player here. So that's coming out with 3, and it's going to stop us from taking threat off of the main scheme. Then for Ant-Man, in his tiny form, 4-2, attack of 1, defense of 2. His ability, a puny pest. Response, after you change to this form, remove a threat from a scheme. Hand size of 5. Alter Ego, Scout Lang has a recovery of 3. Time to unwind. As a response, after you change to this form, heal 1 damage from Scout Lang. A hand size of 6. Then his giant form. 4-1, attack of 3, defense of 3. He's a giant nuisance. As a response, after you change to this form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And I'll be playing with the power of aggression. I'll go over deck construction at the end of the video. So we'll give this a quick shuffle, and then we're looking for a minion to be discarded. We found Radioactive Man, scheme of 1, attack of 1. After he attacks you, discard a random card from your hand, and he's got 7 health. So not good. And we lost those. Then we start with 6 cards. Right off the bat, we've got a big minion and 3 schemes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We've got Pim Particles, an army of ants. Lockjaw, another army. Resize, another Pim Particles. All right. I think what we're going to do is discard Lockjaw, and I'm good with everything else. So we found the Wasp. So we're going to start off by flipping the Ant-Man, remove a threat from a scheme. We'll go for the Immortal Claw. Then we're going to bring in the Army of Ants. It's a hero action. If you're in tiny hero form, exhaust this to deal damage to an enemy. We're paying with that with the Pim Particles, which has a hero response. After you spin this card, heal 2 damage from a hero if you're in giant form, or draw 1 card if you're in tiny form. So we're going to draw a card, finding Mockingbird. Then we're going to repeat, Army of Ants, draw a card, finding Spider-Girl, and doing a damage each on Radioactive Man. Then we're going to play Resize as a hero action, change to your other hero form, and draw a card. So we're going to change to Giants. After you change to this form, deal a damage to an enemy. And draw a card into some energy. Then we're going to spend 3 to bring in the Wasp. Hero response, after she enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy if you are in giant form, which we are. And then swing for 2. Radioactive Man has been dealt with. Then we will swing for 3. Down to 25. Not a bad turn. We're going to keep Mockingbird, drawing 3 more cards. Giant Stomp, She-Hulk, and Genius. We have 2 threats here. He's going to attack. We're just going to take it. So it's a base 1 plus 2 boost cards. So nothing there. So 3 damage. Down to 9. And counter card. Another side scheme. When revealed, place an additional threat per player here. So that's coming in with 4. Legal Arms Factory. Now to get us another encounter card next round. So I'm thinking Justice might have been better. All right, back to our turn. We are going to bring in Mockingbird for 3. After she enters play, stun an enemy. Claw is stunned. We are going to flip to Ant-Man, removing a threat from a scheme. Take one off the Illegal Arms Factory. And thwart for 2 on the Immortal Claw, which means he's going to lose those 10 hit points. So down to 15. Then both Wasp, well, get the right tokens. She's going to thwart for 2. She'll thwart for 1, so we take care of those 3. Getting rid of the Illegal Arms Factory. And we've got our ants doing 1 damage each. Down to 13. Ending our turn. We'll go ahead and keep She-Hulk, drawing 4 more. Quinn Carrier, Melee, Giant Strength, and Swarm Tactics. All right, 1 threat going up to 3. Goes to attack, lose stunned. Counter card, Masters of Evil. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a Masters of Evil minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with the first player. And that's going to get 3 threat on it. Masters of Evil. There we go. Whirlwind. Scheme of 1, attack of 2. When he attacks you, also resolve his attack against each other hero. So, not an issue in a solo game. So, back to our turn. We are going to thwart for 2. Two damage from these. On to Whirlwind. Going to bring in the Quinn Carrier. Play only if we have the Avenger trait, which we do. We can exhaust it to generate a wild resource. And we're going to do some Swarm Tactics as a team up. Hero action, change to your other hero form and ready your hero, using that to pay for it. So we're changing to the other form, which allows us to do a damage to an enemy. Then we were ready and swing for 3 more, taking out Whirlwind. Mockingbird will thwart for 1. And Wasp is going to thwart for 2. And go take a break. Ending our turn. 4 cards. We've got Nick, Risk Gauntlets, and 2 Power of Aggressions. Terrible. Good thing we've got a Quinn Carrier next round. All right, we're getting a threat. Up to 4 out of 6. He's going to attack. Mockingbird will defend. So it's a base 1, 2, 3, 4. She goes to take a break. And counter card. We'll ignore that. Well, we'd like to. But instead, we're going to bring out our Nemesis, then get another side scheme, and then shuffle 3 more cards into our encounter stack. All right, so Yellow Jacket. Scheme of 2, attack of 2, 4 health. While we're in giant form, he's giant and gets retaliate 1. While we're in tiny form, he gets a tiny trait and gets +1 attack. Then there's a tech theft. Treat each printed text box of a tech player card as if it were blank. Fortunately, we don't have any techs in play. It does come in with 2 threat on it. Then these will be shuffled in here. So we'll give this a good shuffle. And it is back to our turn. Nick Fury to save the day. So here's 3. The Quinn Carrier. We're going to choose him to deal 4 damage to an enemy when he comes in. Takes care of Yellow Jacket. Then we will flip to Ant-Man, removing a threat from a scheme. Taking care of the defense network. Thwarting for 2. And Nick will thwart for another 2. So that takes care of that. And then 1 damage each from our ants. Down to 11. End our turn, drawing 5. Resize our helmet. Helicarrier, Relentless Assault, and the Hulk. So 1 threat goes to attack. Nick Fury jumps in the way. So there's 1. 5 damage coming his way. He goes on vacation. Counter card, we've got a weapons runner. Surge, after this card's revealed, we get another encounter card. Scheme of 1, attack of 1, and 2 health. And we get ganged up on. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So I guess we will defend. So base 1, 2, 3 damage coming in. We block 2 and take 1. Then he hits us for another 1, so we're down to 7. All right, our ants. Going to team up to take care of the weapons runner. We're going to bring in the Helicarrier with those 2 and the Quinn Carrier. Actually, instead of bringing in that, we're going to bring in the helmet instead. So as a hero response, after you change to giant form, we'll heal 2 damage. Then after you change to your tiny form, you draw a card. So we've paid those 2 along with the Quinn Carrier. We're going to use our free change form, deal a damage to an enemy, down to 10, heal 2 damage since we're changed to giant form. Then hero action, change to your other hero form and draw a card. So remove a threat from a scheme. Oh, never mind. That plan's not working. Let me rewind that. We'll just reset this whole turn. There we go. So we will start with changing to our other form and drawing a card. Deal the damage here. Drawing into a giant stomp. Then use our 1 per turn to switch back to Ant-Man, removing a threat from a scheme. Then, yes, deal a damage here. Down to 10. And I can't believe I'm doing this. Pitching the helmet as a resource to bring out the Helicarrier. Make our next card 1 cheaper. To bring in the Hulk. And we're going to choose just to put him out there to defend with. Because my deck is fairly mental. So we'll end our turn drawing 5 cards. Yep, he would have went away. So 3, 4, and 5. Add a threat. It's going to attack. Hulk jumps in the way. So 1, 2 damage. Counter card. Got the Melter. Scheme of 1, attack of 3 with 5 health. Engaged player must defend against Melter's attack with an ally they control if able. Alright, back to our turn. We will do a Relentless Assault, dealing 5 damage to a minion. There goes the Melter. 1 and 1, down to 8 health. Next card, 1 cheaper. We're going to bring in Brawn to help from the Helicarrier. After he attacks, remove a threat from a scheme, so he'll swing for 1. Down to 7. And get rid of this tech. Takes the damage. We will flip Giant Form, dealing a damage, then swing for 3, down to 3. End our turn. Keep the army of ants, drawing 3 more. Valkyrie, Tigra, and Hive Mind. So go up to 3. He goes to attack. Hulk. So base 1. Give the villain a tough status card. 3 damage coming his way, which is just enough to take him out. Counter card. Yellow Jacket has a plan. When revealed, discard cards from the counter deck until a card from the Ant-Man Nemesis set is discarded this way, and then reveal that card. So we've got a size increase. Attach to Yellow Jacket if able. If you cannot, attach to the villain. Gets 3 counters on it. After the attached enemy activates, remove a size counter from here. So he's got bumped up, so +2 scheme and +2 attack. All right, back to our turn. Swing for 1. Gets rid of toughness. Remove a threat. Takes his damage. Swings for 3. Takes care of the claw. Version 2. So this one, hey, the toughness is back. Scheme of 3, attack of 2, and he still has the additional boost card and 22 health. We are going to flip down to Ant-Man, removing the tiny form, removing a threat. Make our next card 1 cheaper, bring in an army of ants. 1 will get rid of toughness. The other 2 takes him down to 20. Then we will bring in Tigra for 2, along with the Quinn Carrier, and she will swing for 2 damage. Down to 18. End our turn. Drawing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relentless Assault, Melee, Endurance, Combat Training, and Giant Strength. Get us some counter card and time to shuffle. So we got this looking pretty good here. So we add a threat. Claw's going to attack. Tigra will defend. So it's going to be a base 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking off one of these. And 2 boost cards. Put him into play engaged with you. So 5 damage. Then he swings for 1. Get another encounter card. First one is the Villain Schemes. For 5, 6, 7. That will be more than enough. So 2A, Discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion's discarded. Put that minion in play, engage with the first player. Hoping there aren't any. Well, we found one. Armored guard. It's got guard and toughness. Then flip over. So we've got threshold of 8 here. And the next one, Surge. And when revealed, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. When revealed, either spend one of each resource or exhaust each character you control. All right. And we'll shuffle these. And I'm assuming we keep that out since it's still being resolved. Tiger Shark. Scheme of 1, attacker 3, 6 health. After he attacks, give him a tough status card. So we've got ourselves a minion infestation. So we will start with an army of ants. Get rid of toughness. We will do a melee hero action, deal 3 damage to an enemy, then deal 3 damage to another enemy. Get rid of him. 3 damage on Tiger Shark. Army of ants. We'll team up on the weapons runner. Make our next card 1 cheaper. Relentless Assault. Using this as a physical resource. Deal 5 damage with overkill. So 3 gets soaked up here. 2 breaks through. Then flipping to giant form to deal 1 damage to an enemy. Down to 15. So ending our turn. Drawing 4. Got the Hulk, a Giant Stomp, Relentless Assault, and Nick Fury. We get a threat. Actually, we went through, should have had an acceleration token there. So 2 threat. It's going to attack. Braun's jumping in the way, so he's going to be a base 4. 5, 6. This activation deals damage to you. Exhaust your hero. Well, it's not, because Braun jumped in and took it all. So he's back down to normal size. Then our encounter card. The villain attacks you. We're at 6 health, so we will defend. So base 2. Nothing. 4 damage coming away. We block 3, go down to 5. We will make our next card 1 cheaper. Bringing in Nick Fury with the Quinn Carrier. We're going to draw 3 cards with him. Resize, Mockingbird, and Wasp. We are going to do our free flip to remove a threat. Ants are going to go crazy for 3. Down to 12. Then we're going to resize, change to our other hero form, and draw a card. So we change to that form, dealing a damage, down to 11. Drawing a card into our helmet. Got some good options. I could bring in Wasps to deal another 2 damage, and then plus 2. I can do that, and I'd get him down to 1 health. But I'll just bring in Wasp. If we're in giant form, we deal 2 damage to an enemy. So down to 9. Then attacking for 2, down to 7. Attacking for 2, down to 5. Each one of them gets a damage. End their turn. Drawing 4 cards. So we got Valkyrie, She-Hulk, Risk Gauntlets, and Melee. 2 threat up to 3. He's going to attack. Nick Fury jumps in the way for a base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our encounter card. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. And that's why I wanted the other ally, since we're down at 5 health. Wasp will defend. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 damage coming her way. Then Ant-Man attacks for 3. Down to 2 health. Flips over to tiny form to remove a threat. And then all it takes is 2 ants to defeat the Claw. We still have our handful of cards with some more resources. So Ant-Man with aggression worked out fairly well against Claw in expert mode. And for deck construction, 2 power of aggressions, combat training, 3 relentless assaults, 3 melees, just because I knew there's a lot of minions in here, then ally heavy, She-Hulk, Valkyrie, Brawn, the Hulk, Spider-Girl, and Tigra. And for our basic resources or cards, we've got our 3 resources, Genius, Energy, and Strength. Then more resources, kind of, Quinn Carrier and Helicarrier, Mockingbird, Nick Fury, Lockjaw, Swarm Tactics, and Endurance. And that's my build for taking on Claw in expert mode. As always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. If so, please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.